What's up, everyone? Kinetic Coach Dan here. It is a very, very special day. I know they say that a lot, but this product right here is one of the most near and dear to my heart for a lot of reasons, and that is the Advanced Muscle Mechanics Launchpad 2.0. Now, for those of you who have followed me for any length of time in the last almost 4 years, have seen that I use the Launchpad for my bench press work, primarily to help create better thoracic extension, better positioning for my T-spine and lumbar spine, and more importantly, better scapulohumeral rhythm, keeping that kinematic sequence up and running. That's just fancy terminology for saying it allows your shoulder blades to move more naturally while you're bench pressing, whether that's with a straight bar. I often use a cambered bar. I often use other tools like the cub bar from resistance and rotation. Whatever it is, the bench itself is what affects your shoulders mechanics, and sandwiching yourself down between a soft bench pad and the weight is what starts to affect your shoulders over time. The Launchpad is Andrew Harvitt's brainchild for fixing that issue, and I've been privileged to work with this product for a long time. We met through our late mutual friend Eric, the trainer, at his facility ETT Mecca all those years ago, 2022, for the LA Fit Expo. And now I have the privilege and the honor of unveiling the Launchpad 2.0. I haven't actually even seen it yet. I haven't unboxed it. I haven't opened it, but I have been privy to some of the updates that have been going on with it. This is a lot of years of testing. I was able to increase my bench press up to 330 pounds. I'm not a very big guy, and I've not really ever considered myself a bench press specialist by any means. There's definitely much better benchers out there than me, but being a football guy, I always loved to bench press, and I've always done it pretty well. Now, last year, I was able to crack that 330-pound bench press. That beat my PR from when I was 19, 20 years old in college football at 325, and I did that at 36 years old last year. But I did somehow, I don't even know how, maybe by God's grace, have a massive cervical compression on my left side that completely shut my left shoulder down, and the Launchpad has been absolutely critical in helping me to rehab that injury and bring this shoulder pretty much back to full health. I kid you not, I could not lift my arm but this way, especially not with weight, when that happened last year. That's almost a year to the day, nearly, that happened. So, all of that being said, let's crack open the Launchpad 2.0 here and dive on in. I'm going to use my executive unboxing knife here. And I'm really excited, guys, because Andrew has been sharing with me and some other folks who have also been instrumental in testing the Launchpad, guys who, again, are much better bench press coaches than I, and certainly better bench press athletes than I am. And the Launchpad 1.0 was already a massive step up from the entire sort of bench press, bench game, and this tool essentially allows you to turn any bench press into a high performance training device. And the key to remember with a Launchpad is that you need to put your ego aside and you need to lower the weight that you're using because of the added range of motion on the Launchpad, similar to what you'd get with maybe like a cambered bar or some other specialized training bar. It allows you to open up your shoulders and your chest more throughout the entire benching process, but because now the shoulder blades are able to move more freely throughout that motion, you also get your shoulder stabilizers more involved, which to me has been the biggest impact. You get this really tremendous, I call it the Launchpad effect, because when you bench on the Launchpad, it's almost as if it prepares your body more with a post-activation potentiation effect, whereas if I was preparing and warming up with 200 pounds, it's going to feel a heck of a lot heavier on the Launchpad than it does off the Launchpad. But it's almost an exponential effect when I prepare and get my tissues ready on the launch pad. And over time, I can bench press way more quickly, way more efficiently when I come off of the launch pad. Now, I don't even bother getting off of the launch pad anymore because I just feel better when I bench press on it. But here it is, y'all. Oh man, I'm really excited here, guys. This almost brings tears to my eyes. I'm seeing this before you, and that's on purpose. This is the Launchpad 2.0, and what always stands out to me the most, we got a backpack in here, we got some straps over there. Let me get all this stuff out of my way here for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Advanced Muscle Mechanics Launchpad 2.0. It is just so pretty, and it doesn't seem like much, right? It's basically a big folding pad, but this thing is rock solid. I've seen Andrew run over it with his giant truck. I mean, it can handle more weight than probably any bench out there. You could put it down on the floor and use it as a floor bench pad to enhance your floor bench so your shoulders aren't sandwiched into the floor. And what I'm noticing here, and I'll put them side by side so you can see the 1.0 versus the 2.0 here, is a lot of subtle but important changes from the original Launchpad design. So let's put them side by side and check it out here. All right, so some key points of performance here. Here we have the Launchpad 1.0 and the Launchpad 2.0, the next evolution of the Launchpad. So the 1.0 you'll see has these sharper edges to it. It has really more of a cornered edge here, and you can see that it doesn't have that grippier surface here. Now the Launchpad 2.0 obviously has the Launchpad etched into it directly, and you can see now we have much more beveled, rounded edges for comfort, right? It still has that same unique sort of hardness that allows you to feel the surface without it feeling like it's just absolutely like digging into your tissues. There is some level of give to it as you lay down onto it, but these beveled edges are going to allow us to get into different positions, not just the bench press, but if we're doing prone positions where we're laying down forward on the launch pad, these aren't going to dig into our shoulders as much if we're doing, say, stuff like seal rows or chest supported rows and shoulder work, etc. So as I said, you can also see the grippy surface here. That's going to give you something to create better leg drive with and push into, and that's going to be a key aspect of what we want to continue to coach through the bench pressing technique process, is that a surface like this is conducive to bench press performance, whether that's flat bench, incline, what have you, or dumbbell, what have you. This is going to allow you to really dig down into that surface and feel like you're not sliding up and down the surface. And I'm just really excited to be able to swap these two out. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to remove my Launchpad 1.0, which is, again, near and dear to my heart. Guys, I've been a part of the Advanced Muscle Mechanics educational side since 2022, and I knew immediately when I saw this product that it was going to be something not just special, but incredibly impactful for its simplicity. You don't have to do a lot to it. Yes, it is a pricey device, but that's for good reason. It's well designed, high quality materials. You have an Olympic strength coach and engineer who was involved in the engineering of the product. So it's absolutely rock solid, and the materials you're using are going to last you a lifetime. You're never going to have to buy another launch pad. And right here you'll see it is also a patented product. This is patented design right here, guys. This doesn't just happen on its own. We have the ability to pull this pin here still, adjust the lumbar support position, but the Launchpad 2.0 is just something that is so special to me because I've been directly part of the testing, preparing, and the engineering process to some extent. You know, the final word obviously wasn't mine, but this product is going to be a game changer, and I can tell you already that it's going to be beloved with the clients that I have and have worked with to help them increase their bench press, but also, more importantly, improve their shoulder health through the bench press. Let's be honest here, when you start talking about bench pressing, the first stuff that starts to come up is, okay, how much can you bench? Great, launch pad improves that, but how much damage have you done to your shoulders, or how much do your shoulders hurt from bench pressing all the time? Like I said, I've got clients who have told me when they come into the gym, I'm up there in years now, I'm getting to be 60 now, I can't bench press and train the way I used to anymore. I used to be strong, but I can't mess around with playing around with straight bars anymore, what have you. The launch pad has helped me cure people of that fear to in many ways, because we've been able to transition people from really poor range of motion, of course not just doing launch pad work, but doing auxiliary work, but the launch pad has had a tremendous therapeutically relevant impact on improving people's shoulder mechanics through the bench press exercise itself, whether that's doing our dumbbell work from the launch pad, whether that's doing straight bar barbell work or unilateral work. The launch pad is going to enhance all of that because of this cambered or chamfered edge here that allows your shoulder blade to move efficiently over the top of it. That's the entire crux of what the launch pad does. This isn't just slicing a foam roller in half and laying back on a foam roller. You're not going to be able to bench your heaviest weights that way. You can get as close as possible to a traditional bench press, flat bench, 30-degree incline bench, 45-degree incline bench, overhead press, what have you, by using the launch pad. But it's going to enhance it in such a way that when you come off of it, the bar is going to fly. We've done the velocity testing. We have the university studies to test not just for 1 rep max power, but also endurance-driven strength training, right? People who have to test on the 225 bench for repetitions. The launch pad is going to help you improve all of that. So let me try this out right here live for the first time. Guys, this is a Kinetic training exclusive. You're not going to see this anywhere else right now, because I'm the first one to get one right now, and I'm very, very excited and honored to be that guy. Oh yeah. All right, guys, so I can tell you right out of the gate, now these are only 40-pound dumbbells, but like I said, I can tell you right out of the gate that this already has an enhanced comfort factor to it. I'm not gonna say it's better, because the original launch pad was so good and so polished right out of the gate with its design, but the beveled edges that aren't so sharp on the chamfered edge are an improvement on being able to comfortably get under the weight without feeling like anything's digging into your shoulders. One of the immediate complaints that I get about launch pads and launch pad work in general is that number one, people have to lower their weight, so they have to get their ego out of the way. But number two, they're not terribly comfortable getting onto a pad that hard right away. So this is going to dramatically improve that entry point. Guys, I am beside myself with how excited I am to be doing more bench work and more auxiliary work from the Launchpad 2.0 here. This thing feels fantastic. So we're hitting this angle here for a second so you can really see how much more range of motion. We've measured this to be anywhere from 3 to 4, potentially up to 5 inches of increased range of motion, allowing us to get better stretch out of the anterior shoulder complex and really get deeper into feeling our lats, feeling our back, and all of our shoulder stabilizers, which is why I say the launch pad is not just performance driven, it's therapeutically relevant for improving shoulder mobility, shoulder strength, and stability overall. Again, when we're looking at this chamfered edge, the shoulder blade can move over the top of it to allow us for better stretch and better natural movement of the shoulder blade during the bench press, which ultimately leads to better performance and better shoulder health. So guys, thank you so much for watching this exclusive unboxing of the new Advanced Muscle Mechanics Launchpad 2.0. Andrew Harvett, you are an absolute legend. Thank you so much for making me one of the first to be able to receive this new Launchpad. Guys, when this is available, we will let you know. Head over to advancedmusclemechanics.com to pick one up. You might be able to use discount code Kinetic. I'm not sure yet, but we will get there. If you want to know more about how to utilize a launch pad, if you already have a launch pad 1.0, that's fine. we have programming for that. I've got my launch pad protocol and stuff that's designed for shoulder rehab and bench press performance, what have you. But suffice it to say that this new version of the launch pad is going to take things up another level to the next evolution and take your bench press to its absolute peak. Guys, head over to advancedmusclemechanics.com, follow Advanced Muscle Mechanics, and I'll see you in the gym, y'all. Live kinetically. Oh, that's just so nice. So pretty, so clean.